landing 13 left if that's available.
Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, Palm Springs Tower, squawk 6250.
6250.
Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, Palm Springs altimeter is 2985, radar contact about 10 miles west of the Palm Springs VOR. Presently landing runway 31, you're requesting straight in for 13.
If that's available, yes, please.
Remember, correction, Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, make straight in runway 13 left and clear to land. Wind is 0905.
Clear to land, runway 3 left, Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, thanks.
Palm Springs clearance, Pilots 4658 is type PC12 slam call, request clearance to Vegas S filed.
Pilots 4658, Palm Springs clearance. Good afternoon, unable to give you S file and I'll be full route standby. Pilots 4658 is cleared to the Las Vegas airport via Flight Cathedral 1 departure procedure to Palm Springs, Victor 370 to 29 Palms, Victor 538, Cresso, join the Cresso 3 arrival. Maintain 7,000, expect flight level 2405 minutes after departure, departure frequency 126.7, squawk 6316.
Pilots 4658 is cleared to Vegas via Cathedral 1, Palm Springs, Victor 37029, Palms, Victor 538, Cresso 3, initially climb 7,000, expect cruiser FG5, departure 167, squawk 6316 plus 465.
Pause 4658, reback is correct. Tango India Mike, taxi to the ground via Echo and this frequency.
Taxiing to the ramp via Echo, remaining on this frequency, Papa Hotel Tango India Mike.
Ontario Tower, Cessna 237 Charlie Alpha, approximately 4 miles to the west, inbound to land.
Number 237 Charlie Alpha, roger, inner left, traffic, left downwind runway 26 left, report base.
Enter left downwind for 26 left and record your base, 237 Charlie Alpha.
Charlie Tower, United 242 on the visual for 20 right, we'll be turning you for a right base shortly.
United 242 John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land, wind 170.3.
Clear to land, 20 right, United 242.
Panama Tower, King Alpha 208 Kilo, ILS 4.
Here 520 Yankee Kilo, Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear to land, wind 210 at 1.
Clear land,
Number 237 Charlie Alpha, runway 26 left, clear to land.
26 left, clear to land, 7 Charlie Alpha, thank you.
Palm Springs ramp, Pilots 4658 East trend with weather calling for taxi.
Pilots 4658, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 right, taxi via Echo and Bravo.
Trail right via Echo Bravo 465.
Riverside Tower, good morning, November 2903 Alpha with you on the ILS.
Number 2903 Alpha, Riverside Tower, good afternoon. Runway 9 clear low approach, report miss.
November 2903 Alpha, CX, low approach, runway 9, next report is good.
Palm Springs Tower, Pilots 4658 ready to go 3 and right type Bravo.
Pilots 4658, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 3 and right, Pilots 465.
Panama Tower, King Alpha 208 Kilo, 4.
Here's our Yankee Kilo, roger, taxi into the ramp via Alpha.
Via Alpha to
Pilots 4658, contact SoCal departure.
Contact departure 465.
Cessna 7 Charlie Alpha is clearly active, taxi to the GA parking base.
Number 7 Charlie Alpha, remain on this frequency, taxi into the south ramp via Sierra.
South ramp via Sierra with you, 7 Charlie Alpha, thanks.
Number 2903 Alpha, going around.
Number 03 Alpha, confirm going around or going missed.
November 2903 Alpha, going missed.
Number 03 Alpha, roger, execute the published missed approach procedure.
Flying the published missed approach procedure, November 2903.
Piper 2903 Alpha, contact SoCal departure.
Contact departure, 03 Alpha.
Number 03 Alpha, departure frequency will be 135.4.
135.4 for departure, November 2903 Alpha.
Ontario Tower, November 516 Delta Mike, inbound ILS 26 left.
Number 516 Delta Mike, Ontario Tower. Good afternoon, Ontario. Wind is calm. Runway 26 left, clear to land.
26 left, clear to land, 6 Delta Mike. Ontario Tower, November 36. Correction, 516 Delta Mike, clearly active at uniform, taxiing to the south apron.
Number 6 Delta Mike, roger, taxi in the south ramp via Sierra. Remain on this frequency.
Via Sierra on this frequency, 6 Delta Mike.
Riverside Tower, good evening, runway 17.
Number 2903 Alpha, Riverside Tower, runway 27, clear to land.
Clear to land on runway 27, 03 Alpha. Riverside Cloud, November 2903 Alpha, in Alpha request taxi to the transient parking.
Number 2903 Alpha, Riverside ground. In the future, don't switch to the ground frequency unless you're told to do so. Should stay with tower, exiting the runway all the way to the hold stroke point. Stay on this frequency for now, taxi into the ramp via Alpha.
Taxi to ramp via Alpha, Rocket, November 2903 Alpha.
Generating clearance, November 6th, Charlie Mike, Type Cherokee. I would like to attempt the I-4 rating today.
Cherokee 76 Charlie Mike, jawline clearance. Good evening, good luck on the I-4 destination. Will be, let's go, Kilo, Oscar, X-ray, Romeo.
That's Kilo, Oscar, X-ray, Romeo. 6 Charlie Mike.
Yes, sir, good luck.
I'm going to sign off and collect some information for this destination. I'll sign back in. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Just report when you're back with the I-4. And how long do you think it'll be? It's not going to be more than an hour, is it?
No. I have to file and get some charts and plates.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'll still be here, so it shouldn't be a problem. And we'll look for your flight plan to come through. I'll get your clearance in.
Las Vegas Tower Plus 4658 unusual 1 on the right 4500.
Plus 4658 Las Vegas Tower, runway 19 right, clear to land, wind 1807.
Clear to land 1 on the right 4658.
Plus 658 exit right, taxi into the ramp via hotel, remain on this frequency today.
Exit right, ramp via hotel, ramp frequency 58 4658.
Ground number 953 Whiskey Alpha's Piper Comanche PA24/Alpha. Taxi the active VFR east departure with the weather.
Calling Long Beach Ground, need you to verify your call sign, please.
Sorry about that. 916 Whiskey Alpha, November 916 Whiskey Alpha.
Comanche 9016 Whiskey Alpha, Long Beach Ground, roger. And just confirm VFR eastbound.
Eastbound and the east ramp just south of runway 25.
Comanche 9016 Whiskey Alpha, roger. Runway 26 right, taxi via Kilo.
Okay, 25 right via Kilo, 916 Whiskey Alpha. Long Beach Tower, November 916 Whiskey Alpha, holding short of 25 right at Kilo, ready for departure via Park East.
Number 916 Whiskey Alpha, Long Beach Tower, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff, right downwind departure approved.
Clear for takeoff 25 right, right downwind departure 6 Whiskey Alpha. Good day, Palm Springs, ground scanning Hotel Tango, East Ramp, India, close traffic, runway 31 right.
Papa Hotel Tango, do you Mike? Palm Springs ground, say again aircraft type.
For a Cessna scan.
Skyline Tango, do you Mike? Thank you, runway 31 right, taxi via Echo and Bravo.
Echo and Bravo, 31 right, Papa Hotel Tango.
We're 791 Juliet, towards ground left, clear.
Okay, Sky 791 Juliet. We see there's no clearance delivery with this field, so would we get our departure instructions with tower or with ground?
Always go with the lowest, so we'll start with ground. Just say your intentions.
Okay, Sky 791 Juliet. Type Cessna 172 on the south hangars with the numbers requesting VFR advisories to John.
Number 791 Juliet, roger. Departure frequency 134.9er, squawk 2061.
1249, that's 2061. Squawk 791 Juliet.
Got 901 Juliet, read back is correct. Are you ready to taxi now?
In a couple of minutes, just gotta go around to the side. Sky 791 Juliet, south hangars, 956.
Sky 791 Juliet, roger. Runway 29 right. Taxi via hotel. Correction, taxi via Alpha in Juliet.
29 right, taxi via Alpha and Juliet, Sky 791 Juliet.
Palm Springs Tower, scanning Papa Hotel Tango. Mike is holding short runway 31 right at Bravo and ready for departure, close traffic.
Hello guys, happy Saturday, Mrs. Uncertified in the cockpit as well. Well, there's a little hand. So what we're going to do today is practicing for the first time actually, how to deal with engine fires and electrical fires. Now, I've had some engine outs in previous streams and dealt with those in my own little way, but actually there are quite strict procedures to how to properly deal with those. Electrical fires, I have no idea how those even occur or how they work, but I'm quite interested in knowing about those. Mrs., could you give me? So, as a kind of like an inspiration for this, I will keep my hand here so we know where it is. I ordered a official Cessna Skyhawk checklist. I built my own, as you know, my unofficial student checklist, but I was keen on using a little bit more checklists also for my flights, and I thought let's use a proper one. Thanks for the follow. Symbiosi, thank you. Welcome on board. Happy Saturday. So that's cool, and I saw already some items that I thought, oh, that's also a nice addition to my usual flow of things. So that's interesting, but also emergencies. There's a quite elaborate emergency section here, and that inspired the idea like, hey, I should perhaps practice with those. So that's what we're going to do today, and Mrs. Uncertified is going to help me drill and practice those. We're going to set up failures. So I've got my iPad here, which is set on the control pad explain app, where we can just through Wi-Fi can well set up all kinds of failures and stuff. So she can electrical failures, smoke in the cockpit, and all kind of that good stuff. So we're just gonna experiment and have some fun. You've got the power. So that's gonna be interesting. Hey, Evan, good to see you, Nordic. Yeah, it's a little bit later than usual, but yeah, we needed to do some work first, so that's why. Sniper, good to see you as well. Hoping you're doing fine. So that's the plan for today.
Yes.
Well, we're flying at Santa Ynez. Very nice, cute airport here. Nicely tucked a little bit beyond Santa Barbara, which is over that hill mountain range. So we're just going to fly here locally and have some fun. So that's about it. Really cute airport. Okay. So here we are. So what I would suggest is that I would just go up, just fly here at, what, I don't know, 4,000 feet or so around the local area. And let's, while I'm taking off, perhaps you could just tell a little bit what you see here in terms of the failures. This is the first one, electrical failure?
I believe so. Let me see.
We need to get used to the checklist as well. So this is entirely new for us, at least. So I also need to understand a little bit more about different fires. So one of the things, the primary general things that I know about fires in an airplane is that you, generally speaking, can have two different fires. You can have one fire that is beyond the firewall. So the firewall is this, well, plate, you could say, metal, I think metal, I don't know, a plate in between me and the engine, between the pilot, the cabin and the engine. And you can have a fire at the engine side, which does not necessarily bring smoke into, or fire even into the cockpit. Things can get hot, obviously, but perhaps even, well, perhaps smoke from the outside could get into the vents inside the cabin, but there's not a direct fire into the cockpit because it's beyond the firewall. And the other kind of fire is an electrical fire. Now, all the electrical systems are on the cabin side of the firewall, there could be a chance, a risk of fire initiated by all the electricity here, and that could bring a lot of smoke into the cockpit. That's the only thing that I know. So a fire extinguisher you would only use in terms of an electrical fire, because that's the only scenario where you could have smoke in the cockpit.
That's the one you want to do first?
I don't care. What does it say in the checklist? Is there any flow? We could just stick to the checklist. That's fine.
The first one is electrical emergencies with excessive rate of charge or low volts annunciator.
Yeah, that's also interesting. So yeah, so we kind of have...
And then you have all kind of engine things.
This is nice. This is new stuff, guys. Hope you're enjoying this as well. Yeah, so one other failure could be that the battery is actually giving an excess of power. So a peak of power, and that's also not a good thing. And that's also
there are a lot of errors.
Yeah, well, we're not going to go through all of those.
All engine failures, different things like oil pressure is too low, stuff like that. Fire smoke you already covered. You have FLT instruments with a vacuum. which is what we practiced already sometimes before.
Yeah.
But still, you have forced landing, you have navigation and autopilot errors, and you have others, namely icing, flat tires, spin recovery.
Interesting. It's very cool. Okay, so we're just going to focus.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, so we're just going to focus on the first two, I guess. Electrical fires and engine fires.
That's not fires.
Oh, it's over there. Yeah, so this is just engine outs.
You wanna practice with fire and smoke, right?
Especially with the fire and smoke. That's the one that I.
Okay, so we practice fire and smoke.
So with engine outs, I already got a little bit of experience with that. It's always interesting also to further study those checks. But let's just stick to electrical fire and electrical. Yeah, I think it's section 22.
Don't look at what you need to do. Oh no, he's cheating.
So, that's interesting. So I just start up and I fly. And
let me briefly see what we need to do, because
now exactly. So you have all the time just to go through the checks and see whatever you notice or tell me about.
So how are we going to do this? I just set stuff on fire and we just see what you do. Or do I first need to tell you what you need to do, and then at one point there will be fire? Or
no, I think it's fun to just give me one opportunity to deal with it on my own.
Yeah.
And then you can, and perhaps we need to save situations here, save flights, and revert to those, because obviously when my engine is out, we might drop down, and I will eventually ditch on some field. And then for me to try again, I could just reload the flight and try another time. We just have to see.
Wow.
Evanek, thanks for the subscription. Thank you. Looking forward to have his weekend. I hope you are too. Just a week. So guys, for any one of you, again, I'm just repeating this because it's such a fun convention. The 4th and the 5th of November. So
next weekend.
Next weekend. In the Netherlands, around Lelystad, Aviodroom, that's a aviation museum, there will be Flight Simulator Weekend. So a get-together of all kinds of flight simulator enthusiasts, but also Airsoft, X-Plane is going to be there. It's quite a big convention, actually.
KLM,
even the military, F-16 simulators and stuff. It's really, really fun. And as part of the program, me and Evanek will give a presentation about, the Uncertified Pilot, but also just the fun of flight simulation, and also its educational value. So that's really cool. Mireille will be there as well.
Yes,
so if you are living in the Netherlands or in Belgium or in Germany and you have some time, the 4th and 5th of November, feel free to come over and say hi. That will be really, really fun.
And the website, because I think it's not mentioned on the website of the Aviodrome itself. So there's a website called, very logically, fsweekend.com/FSW.
Oh, right. Good one.
That's where you find all the information about where exactly it is, the ticket price, everything, and also all the lectures and booths that will be there. But I think it's an interesting program, and maybe if people already know that they are coming, if they let us know, then we can...
Oh, sure. Yeah, good one. Yeah. So you can send an email to tim@uncertifiedpilot.com or whisper me on Twitch or wherever on Twitter, so we can arrange a nice gathering. Evanek and me also have a stand where we're going to do flight lessons for visitors. So either way, you will definitely find us, I guess. So it's going to be fun. Yeah. But also something personally what I'm looking forward to is flying with VR. Because Fly Inside will be there as well, which is also a group, or is a guy who has actually also is working on a new flight sim, which is already much more making use of the multi-core. It's amazing how much frame rates he actually pulls out of that flight sim. It's not that good looking as X-Plane, obviously, or that sophisticated, but still. But he also has VR, and that will be the first time for me when I can actually... I cannot wait. So I guess it's also fun just to make some video recordings, perhaps, and
we
stream
will
that as well.
Cover the event.
Okay, so I will just start up. What you could do is perhaps already,
I know a little bit what you need to do.
Okay, okay, Roger.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't know what I need to do with the iPad just yet, so I will...
let me see. Okay. Sync. There we are. Okay, cold and dark, parking brakes are set. Well, fire extinguisher in this case is really, really important. Now, one thing about the fire extinguisher, I know we can initiate or generate smoke in the cockpit through X-Plane's failure system, but I've also noticed that there is actually a key binding in X-Plane for fire extinguisher on-off, and there are actually 6 of those. Cool. So I've programmed the first one. I don't know what that means. I guess that's well, I would expect that that will be the one that's also here implemented in the Skyhawk, and that might work to extinguish the smoke. I don't know if that's the kind of fire extinguisher that I would expect to see here in between the seats. But anyways, I programmed that one too, so let's see if that works.
Where do I find fire?
Yeah, so this is the control pad. So these are the controls. You got electrical where we can, disable the system. I think that will not generate smoke, though.
There's a separate one for smoke.
Yeah, and that's at world. You can see smoke in cockpit. So I guess when we're gonna do a electrical system failure, you're just gonna hit aircraft, and I will have to see. You can see low and high there to the right, which is a low or a high voltage. We're gonna figure out. Also see what the annunciator panel is going
I don't understand what I need to do, because it says fire and this is just a little bit of smoke. So can I really set fire to something?
Well, there is, I think, with engines here. If you press engines, you can see engine fire on the top. So that sounds like fire, but that's again, there are different fires. You can have a fire outside of the cabin, beyond the firewall here. So that's what we're going to practice as well. But if we're going to practice the electrical fire, then we need to do two things. One is just to disable the electrical system through this, and we're just going to disable and at the same time we press the smoke in cockpit. So we kind of generate the same thing.
It would be awesome if there would be like a manual or something to how you can practice these things. So what kind of apps you would need, what you need to press on, how you really
kind of
practice.
like flight school. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. But I'm also wondering whether how many sim pilots actually are going this in depth with their sim actually, rather than just flying.
Well, next week at the flight sim event, there is a lecture on how they use flight sim to practice with emergencies. So I think it's being done.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really looking forward to that one. That's the talk after.
At 3 o'clock.
Yeah, after the one.
No, at 2 o'clock.
Oh, 2 o'clock.
Yeah, it's immediately after yours.
Okay. Down, up. Tab is working. It's working well. Okay. Seat belts fastened. Batteries on. Fuel, well, it's fine for now. Avionics off. And again, I will also incorporate using the real proper checklist from now on, or from now on from the next stream, I guess.
Sorry.
Yeah, that second headset is well, it's okay. Also, just to do the pre-flight and the cold and dark checks, because there are also some items there that are new to me, which are quite interesting, I think. But for now, I'm just stick to my regular flow.
Is this okay with the navigation?
Oh, this stuff, yeah, that's just the boot screen.
Oh, never seen that.
No, because this is an addition that you haven't worked with. It's an add-on software that makes the GPS a little bit more sophisticated.
Ah, nice. Hey, MiniWebs.
Hey, MiniWebs, good to see you. This is good. Yeah. So, for example, here with the clock, I really never noticed or thought about what the relevance of it is. Here you can see, I think, the electrical charge of the system. And there's a charge that you would expect in each kind of mode. So, for example, now just with the batteries on and the engine off, you would see a particular. I don't know if it's a charge or whether this is the discharge. Set the clock exactly. So the
That's
clock.
so cool. I didn't hear it just yet.
For the clock.
Really well done, Snipe. And indeed, MiniWebs, I'm back.
But it's interesting that in those terms, it's not just the clock in terms of the elapsed time. The clock is also an instrument to verify whether you have the right charge.
What is that?
Yeah, well, you can see here, this is the temperature, and here you can see the volts, I guess, that's now being charged. I don't know. So if I do landing lights on, does it change? Or flaps, does it change? No, I think so. With the A2A, at least, it did show a change. But anyways, here you can see also a peak of charge, I think. Or with just with the M meter, I don't know. And again, that stuff is, well, subtle but interesting. Set. Fuel tanks set both. Parking brakes are set. Nice. Fuel pump on. 1, 2, 3. See the fuel flow there. Cut off. Is there anyone walking around? Nope. Clear prop. Oil pressure is already quite high, but in the green. 1200. Nice. Generator on. Rise on the ammeter. High RPM. RPM is over there. Avionics on, let's set mode C, why not? And then go to these screens, set CTAF, and let's get going. Could you perhaps, on 4-flight for me, look for the frequency of Santa Ines that I need to put in for the...
Did you know that, or don't we fly with real-time weather?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. We're not flying with real weather. I just set my own weather here just to have fun.
Okay.
You can set the frequency if you like in the common one. If you like.
Yeah, no.
I like...
I noticed that I am... I'm forgetting where I need to look. It's been too long.
It's been too long, yeah.
Let me check this.
I don't even know what the runway layout is actually. See, they're flying from left to right, so let's join that stuff. Indicator, slip indicator, heading indicator, good.
Okay. The AWOS is the weather, right?
Yeah, should be. But
it's 118. But if I...
But you're now setting it on the nav 1. You need to get to the... You use the upper panel. Switch this one to COM1, yeah, and then set this one to your frequency and swap it.
I'm doing this one.
Oh, that's also
this one's already ready.
Oh yeah, for the COM2. Okay, yeah.
807. Yes. Did you want to see the runway layout, or are you already texting? Okay.
Yeah, I'm already texting. That's fine.
What was the app control pad?
Yes. So we've got the CTAF in, the radio, and the AWOS. I need to transmit my own announcements, right? Saying, hey, I'm going to take off, and I need to have the weather.
Yeah. So come on and come
both are set.
Yeah.
Okay, roger.
Yeah. Santa Ines weather. Wind calm. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 17. Dew point -5.
So.
Altimeter 2992.
Alright, well, we set our own weather, so not a surprise that it's good weather.
Just let me get this straight. For the fire, I'm just sure what I need to do.
Well, me neither, so...
Okay, so we just... Yes, you have smoke.
Engine is not warm enough, so let's just set 1200. Warm it up first before we can do our run-up. Brake sets. You can see it's not there yet.
We have world and that's smoke in the cockpit. I got that one. So electrical fire in the flight. Do I need to?
Yeah, I think two things. One is fire, just smoke in the cockpit, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is going to be interesting. Let's see if the fire extinguisher would then work. And at the same time, the electrical system should fail.
Yeah.
So what we could do is, let me see, aircraft. Where were we? This engine. It's here, electrical. So these are all the different electrical systems. And what we could do, I guess, we could fail the generator, or we could fail. I really have no idea what would. No, those are all.
Oh, engine fire.
Oh, you hit it now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if it's. I think perhaps we already have a fire right now. Let's see.
Reset.
No, we don't, because I've fiddled with that. Oh no, it was smoke in the cockpit that had a problem when I was flying at Oceano. Usually you would see here smoke then coming out of the engine here, but I don't see any. So I think we are still fine.
Okay.
So let me see. So that's the engine fire stuff. We're first going to do the electrical, right? So first one that we need to press is the smoke and cockpit.
Yeah.
And then with aircraft and electrical, just gonna so you're just gonna swap from here fire to aircraft, and then you're gonna hit. Yeah.
But does that mean that it is on fire, that specific instrument? Because that's the...
Well, I don't think that the failure system in X-Plane is that sophisticated. I don't think you can say, well, that system is on fire or is...
I thought that you could, but...
The clock is a squawk dirty as you have to fly certain headings such as on periods for firing for all electrical systems off, heaters off, exactly. Hey Alex, good to see you as well, welcome. Happy Saturday. So I think we're just gonna simulate an entire electrical system fail.
Okay.
I think. I don't know what else we can do.
Okay. Yeah, let's just do it like that.
Yeah.
So we have this one and we have smoke. Okay, let's just see
let's
where
just
it
have
gets.
it. Yeah, exactly. Weird.
Huh.
We should be okay now. Did I do that?
I don't know.
I believe there was a mic 10 minutes ago, right guys?
Can you hear us now?
How did I do that? I don't know. Well, it's on now.
Sound
is back. Roger, thanks Avanek for... How did I do that? Disable the mic.
Would be a very boring flight if you didn't hear us talk.
Perhaps
maybe,
there's also
an
explain failure here
maybe
that disables the mic. Anyways, 1800.
I will keep an eye on it.
Yeah,
is it?
As well. 2016. Keep it there for 20 seconds. 5x5, Roger.
What's that? Doesn't mean.
Well, you can request a radio check with towers or with others on the radio. You can say how good can you hear me?
Yeah.
And they can say, well, 3x5. So on a scale from 1 to 5, I hear you with a score of 3. So if you say 5x5, full quality.
It's excellent. Okay. Full Dolby surround.
Full Dolby surround, exactly.
Okay.
And right back. Let's go back to idle. Let's see if we don't have any enunciator messages here. Good. All right. 1 notch of flaps.
Did you see someone's landing now?
Landing? No, I don't think so.
Here. Oh,
That person is going to
Is
take off.
taxiing,
Yeah, well, I think that's a bug in X-Plane where they think that the taxiways are on the south side of the airfield. You just have to wait until that guy goes. What's the airport elevation? Well, I've already set the altimeter. I think it's set, so I think it's fine.
You want me to check?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Did you set the heading indicator?
The heading bug?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
yeah.
I think it's set correctly.
You always check.
Always check. Okay, let's line up.
What runway are you taking? Oh yeah, if you know that, then
westerly direction. Well, we're not going to do any fancy stuff here, so we'll be fine. Never line up and wait at an untowered airport. It's really unsafe, but...
Do you have runway 08?
26. 26.
Okay. Back to the control pad.
Here we are. Again, mixture full in, landing lights on, strobe lights on, flaps are set, ready to go. Traffic not in sight anymore. We'll just divert, it's going to be fine. And Sentinas traffic, yellow Skyhawk, departing runway 26, straight out. Sentinas. Power.
Are you nervous?
Well, I'm excited to see. I'm also curious to learn from you through the checklist what the procedure actually is to deal with electrical fires or also the engine fire in a proper manner. So I'm really looking forward to that. So trim. Look at this area, it's really pretty. I think at least.
That looks good.
Don't see that other traffic anymore. Drops up. A little bit on that yoke, retrim. Okay, so I would suggest that we just...
Thanks for the follow, XP.
XP, thanks. Happy Saturday. Welcome
Yeah,
aboard.
what you want to do?
Just go up to 4,000 feet or so, so I have some time to fiddle around when the engine is not working.
Yeah.
See here on my GPS that we're free of airspace and stuff, so as long as we stick around the river, we'll be fine.
But you didn't want an engine failure. You wanted an electrical
yeah,
fire.
sure. Yeah. So I'm thinking, but I don't know whether the checklist is going to say that if I've got an electrical fire, that I should also stop the engine. But I don't know if that's the case. I don't know, it's off.
Okay, so that's why you want to go higher.
I think, but I don't know if that's the case. Is that the case that I need?
You
to
cannot see.
Oh,
Just
I cannot
check.
see. I have to do it myself first. Yeah, yeah. I first like to have my own try here to see whether I did it right, and then you can evaluate to see what I did wrong or whatever.
I'm giving points. I'm making notes. I'm giving grades.
Exactly. Exactly. Ah.
Oh, the webcam is.
Oh.
Man.
Why is the webcam not working? Well, I updated to the new...
It might be not working for a while now.
Is that true?
I'm not sure if I...
Well, it's the new... let me see. Yeah, it's turned off.
Weird.
It's just turned off. That's really weird. Oh, perhaps... I updated OBS. I would imagine that my key bindings in OBS would remain the same, but perhaps those now overlap with some of the controls that I'm using here. So when I switch my landing lights on, my webcam goes off. Something like that. I don't know.
Oh, that could be. I will keep that.
Yeah, but thanks.
Have an egg.
Have an egg for mentioning that. Okay, 3,000. Let's make that left turn here. Look at that area. It's very, very pretty. A little bit more high up. 1,000 feet to go. There is Santa Ines Airport. Also past 3,000, so let's lean it a little bit. Performance.
It's a little bit
hazy.
Yeah.
It is, well, a little bit weird effect there in the distance, as you can see.
Yeah.
But it's fine overall.
How high are you flying?
3,500, so 500 feet to go. I'm just gonna level off, and then you're gonna throw shit at the fan. At the prop. Yeah, weird. I should make a mental note to check whether those controls or key bindings overlap. Don't know why.
Do you want me to make an actual note or?
Oh no, just mental.
Yeah.
No, okay. All right, 4,000. First off, just gonna level. Pretend that I'm on some kind of cruise. Cruise nose down. Allow the airspeed to increase. Let's get to around 100 knots or so. There it goes. Reset power, something like 400s. Nose down trim. Fine. Okay, so pretend that I'm flying here, cozy, and I think, oh, what a wonderful Cessna I have. And then, yeah, try.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Now you know that it's going to happen.
No, obviously no. Okay, so we're not pregnant. You're right. We're not rehearsing problem or system failure identification. That's true. So I know
no,
what
but
it's
also that you are already anticipating.
Yeah,
that
true.
something might be happening.
But I haven't been thinking about the problem solve. Oh, there it goes, my you messy. Okay, so what do you need to do? It's fire. What do you need to do? First off, batteries off.
Wait,
and avionics off.
Oh, we're going way too fast.
Go. Yeah, you need to do your thing. I'm going to do my thing here. Okay, fire. I've got fire in the cockpit. I need my fire extinguisher, I guess. Let's see if the key binding works. Well, does it work? No, I think not. Let's disable it then. I would say, well, open a window. That's something that I would do, because otherwise we'll suffocate even before we hit the ground.
I'm having some difficulty breathing.
Well, me too. So now, first thing that I did was electrical systems off. Now what I could do is set all my switches off that are associated with the electrical system. Also should keep my glide speed. That's something that I totally forgot. So let's trim for that first. We're around Santa Ines. Okay. Good. There we are. Then, why is my engine quit, by the way? Because I just turned off my electrical system. That shouldn't turn everything off. So that's weird.
I'm not feeling exactly safe right next to you.
Okay, let me see. Every switch is off. Now I put on the batteries. And I also look at my circuit breakers, I guess, to see what has been popped out. I don't think if that's interactive here in the explain. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But now, step by step, I'm going to turn things on. If I got normal stacks here of radios, I would turn them all individually off, I think. And then turn on the avionics and set them on one by one to see if the fire doesn't reignite. Something like that. So I'm going to build up step by step each system. And go down. So first one is, I guess, electrical system off, I would say. Then extinguish the fire. Then troubleshoot and restart all the systems to see if I can actually, well, not really find the problem, but can fly with the systems that I really need. For example, my radios, my comm radios that I really need. And also set a flap or two. That's something that I would do, I guess.
Did you need to say something, maybe?
Say something? Well, oh yeah. If I'm in a towered area, I guess, I'm going to say, tower, I've got a problem. I've got fire. And open a window, obviously, because we're going to suffocate. So first off is electrical system off, because I know there's the only reason that I could have fire in the cockpit this way is an electrical system failure. A fire, I mean. So that's the first thing. So I'm cutting off the cause of the fire. Then fire extinguisher, or already open a cabin air, or the windows open so all the smoke can get out. And then I'm gonna restart all the systems, and then do an announcement to say I've got a fire, and immediately land. I don't need to go for an emergency descent, I think. Really go rapidly down, because it's a fire that is happening in the cabin, so it doesn't matter how...
500.
It doesn't really matter what the outside airflow is, I think. That would be the drill, I think. So let's land and let me know. I can land this pretty bird. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I'm not gonna go with a go around you.
That's no problem. Let's hope it's a bot and not someone real, but we are crashing into you right now.
On your butt. On your butt. There we are. Okay, so made it back to the field. Let's use the energy here, not go to a full stop. Use the energy to get off of the runway so we don't... Like so.
And for heaven's sake, let's open a window.
Yeah, well, usually that's...
I suffocated in here.
Yeah, well, me too. But the window opening stuff is not interactive here in X-Plane. Boom, there we are.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just cut off and stuff. I still have my magnetos off. That's something that I don't know, why the engine actually shut down.
Yeah, me neither.
Because it should still run even if my batteries and stuff is off, I believe. Because it's a self-sparking...
Yeah, I don't understand exactly what happened, because Evanex said it was an engine fire. It was not. It was just smoke in the cockpit, and I ruined your altimeter. So that we practiced that it was the altimeter that gave the instrument failure.
That was a nice thinking, but the altimeter is not an electrical system.
Oh no,
it's a mechanical system.
Yeah,
but
I
appreciate the thinking.
But the thing that happened is we only had smoke in the cockpit, and then there was nothing. There was no engine fire.
No, yeah, there was no engine fire. Yeah, okay, so that was not the cause.
Why the engine stopped, I don't know.
No, me neither. Weird. Interesting. Let's see if I can use the flight recorder to just go back in time.
Yeah.
Or not.
Mr. Flying Drill says, "Just come on, this looks a bit nasty," and I agreed. This was not a...
Yeah, now it dissipates. Let me see. Let's go to 4,000, I guess. No? Something like this. And now if I do this... it doesn't work. I thought there was a way where you can take over. So now if I do this, if I hit this, we're going to go back, I think. I just like to take over here and...
I don't know.
Apparently not.
Okay, let's just talk through it.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, we can do that on the ground. Yeah, that's fine as well. Okay, while the fire is building up here, let's open the door just to pretend that... Okay, so what was the right procedure, my Mrs. Uncertified?
Okay, what we needed to do, number one, was initiate emergency descent. I'm not sure to what extent that means going down.
This is fire, electrical fire. Okay, yeah, that means...
Cabin / electrical fire in flight.
Yeah, okay, but I guess that has nothing to do with airflow... how do you say that? Als je vuur... Distinguishing the fire or extinguishing the fire. Yeah, I know that with an engine fire, if there's smoke outside there in the engine, if you go really fast down, there's so much air rushing through over the engine that you can extinguish the fire by making an emergency descent. But I guess with the electrical fire here in the cabin, that doesn't make sense. But still, you like to get to the ground as quickly as possible. So that's why you need to make an emergency descent. Okay, that's not what I did.
No.
I was going for a glide, just a casual glide to extend my flight as long as possible. And that's not the priority because you could burn yourself to death
and we could suffocate.
Yeah, okay.
I was not happy.
Yeah, I was actually applying an engine out procedure
Yeah,
was
we
true
had
because we did have an
kind of
engine out.
emergency we really needed to get down.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting.
So initiate the emergency descent. I'm not sure. You know, it doesn't say what you need to do, but I think the first thing would be to announce, even though it's not a towered airport, to make kind of a notification on the radio that this is happening. Because if people are around us, they can also help getting us out immediately. Or something
so that's
like that.
always the first. Yeah, but I think the rules kind of like aviate, navigate, and then communicate. So I would say it's on the back down on the list. But you could also say, well, just say it, and then
yeah. So that's why I'm not sure what emergency descent really means. If it's just going down, or if it's also making an emergency call out, because call out might save your life. I don't know. Okay.
But no, when the mags are no, but the flying drill, the magnetos were on. They're now off, but they were on. So that was a little bit weird.
Yeah. Okay. So step one.
Yeah.
Let's go through the list. Is make that emergency descent.
Yeah.
The second
Get down
one,
as quickly as possible. Yeah.
Is alt and bat masters.
Yeah, that's the L2. Yeah, that's the master switch. Yeah.
Yeah, that needs to be off.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're cutting off the calls of the
Then, which is maybe most essential, you need to close the vents and the cabin air and heat.
You need to close those?
Yeah.
Because you don't need to have oxygen in the cabin because there's fire, because oxygen fuels the fire. But still, there is smoke in the cockpit, so I would... Okay.
Yeah, but I can imagine if there's oxygen,
yeah,
or if there's kind of an
yeah,
airflow, it can also blow it all through the cockpit. And then,
okay.
Well, you need to close it, that's the list.
Okay.
Then you need to activate the fire extinguisher. So we need to find that button, because it's good to practice with that. Then the avionics master goes off, and all switches except the magnetos go off.
Yeah, everything. I did that as well. Yeah, everything was off. Yeah.
And then after the fire extinguisher has been used, make sure that the fire is extinguished before exterior air is used to remove the smoke from the cabin.
Yeah. So first is to contain the fire. So no oxygen. Everything is closed. Use the fire extinguisher. Every system down. Do that as quickly as possible, and then you open the vents and stuff.
Yeah. So this is the check where we remove the where we extinguish the fire. So if the fire is not extinguished, which was our case, we need to land immediately and not do the casual. We needed to make much more speed, I think, because we kind of had I think you need to land not necessarily on the runway, but just as fast as you can.
Yeah. I was doing the normal engine out procedure.
Or would you need to land on the runway? I think you would need to land as fast as you can.
As fast as you can. Yeah, otherwise you burn, or this is the priorities were different.
We were happy to be right near the airport. So if not, you need to just land on the grass.
Yeah, and fast.
Yeah. But if the fire would be completely extinguished, which is why it would be good to practice with the extinguisher and have a scenario maybe going on.
Yeah, that didn't work with the key binding, I noticed.
Yeah. The emergency descent, then you terminate it. You divert to the nearest alternate airport, I guess. Yeah. Then you open the vents, the cabin air and the heat. So that's the place where you get the air
But we did already. We already did that, right?
No. We were still fire extinguishing the fire.
Okay.
And then if the electrical power is absolutely necessary for landing, you need to check your circuit breakers.
Yeah, those are the white thingies here, so you can see what system of the but those don't pop out here with the explainer, I believe.
So if they are tripped, do not reset any tripped circuit breakers. So just
leave those. Yeah, obviously because you know something is wrong there.
And then you do the ALTs and the batteries on. And then the avionics master is back on.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's kind of like I did, but only when absolutely necessary.
For landing.
So now with Echo Airspace, in this case, I should just have gone down.
Yeah.
The only thing I think I could have done is turn on the batteries to lower my flaps for landing. That's the only thing that I would say that's necessary, but the radios and stuff...
But are the flaps really necessary for emergency landing?
Well, you could land with flaps up, but yeah, okay.
I can imagine that only if there's also maybe a very strong wind and you really need to, or you're very high and you really needed to remove speed, I think it's only essential then in those cases, but I don't know.
And this
Just
is
reasoning.
cabin electrical fire in flight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what the main thing was that
Yeah.
you didn't cut down the air and heat flow, and that you didn't land as quickly as possible. Because let's just assume that we didn't get the fire out because that's with this button.
Yeah.
Then we
yeah,
just
yeah.
needed to land on the grass.
Got it. Let me see if we can do this quickly. I think I should just have saved that flight as I already briefed.
Oh, yeah.
Batteries on. Let's turn lights on. Why not? Picture full in. I think I've got a.
Hey, Connor's dad, you're back.
Connor's dad, good to see you.
Ah, we missed you.
How are you doing, man?
A few streams ago, we talked about that we haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you again.
Hello? Oh, I guess I do need to prime. Cut off. Hello? Why isn't this working? Everything is in. I did prime, right? Perhaps I should.
Did you catch the
flood it.
real-life flight, Connor's dad? Because you were one of the donators who made that one possible. It was so amazing. So much fun.
Pump on. 1, 2, 3. I would now say I flooded the engine, but anyways. Cut off.
Yeah, Evanek says maybe the engine is broken, so maybe the smoke is
Oh.
an engine fail, and it just
Oh,
doesn't
that's-
say so on
No,
the...
it isn't. Oh, I almost got it. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Evanek
whoa, whoa, whoa,
asks,
whoa.
is this the rep? I don't know what it is, but...
Yeah, it's the reality extension pack. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it is. It works.
So what was going on then with the...
I think it remembered still that I got some fuel in the engine, and so I was, and I thought I already did. I could just do a quick start, but somehow it needed some fuel. Let me see. We don't need anything else. Blah blah blah. Okay.
Yeah, just go up.
Up. For example, 4,000. I'm dropping down. All right.
Okay, we can save this, right?
Yeah, 4,000, perfect. A little bit of a... Just wait a second. This is fine. Flaps are up. Yeah, pause. File, save flight, and we'll call this start.
Start for failure.
I did that for a replay, I believe. Situation, I mean. Let's give it another name. Begin. Okay. Okay. So. All right. Let me see if I can. If I still know. Well, I will just try. Could you set me up for another? Another failure. And this time, first disable a particular electrical system, and then a few seconds later, or 10 seconds later, give the smoke, because it's not instantly smoke.
Yeah.
I would first need to see the system fail, I guess.
And that's not an instrument then, but an...
Yeah, well, you
What
could go to the electrical system there. The electrical system page.
No, there's sensor, there's primary.
There's electrical also, if I'm yeah, here. Let's see, aircraft, electrical.
Ah.
Could lean a bit. Flaps are still up. Don't know why.
How are you doing?
I think I'm doing fine. Doesn't sound good. I don't have an enunciator message. Also, that's a little bit weird, a little bit different from a real Cessna Skyhawk. You would always see the enunciator panel, and from my view here, I don't see it, which is a little bit of a bummer. Thanks for the follow,
Thanks for follow,
Top Gun. Welcome on board. Practicing engine fires and electrical fires. Ammeter is still okay. So if you failed anything, I think it's not a
No, it's not giving the splash I would hope for.
well, if it had to do
Maybe.
something with the GPS, perhaps, because I'm running a different software for that one, it is
No,
not.
it isn't the GPS.
Still, ammeter is good.
You're really sure that everything's doing what it should do? Like the entire cockpit is doing what you want it to do?
Well, in terms of electricity,
Yeah, but in terms of other things.
yes. I think so. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, I don't notice it. Don't have a vacuum. Also, my system, no mechanical failure. No enunciator messages. Well, I do notice it. I do notice. I don't have full power here. My RPM is dropping. Okay. What does that say? I would say engine icing, but that's a little bit weird with this condition. With these conditions.
I didn't ice, no.
What did I do? Well, my engine is clearly broke. Do I have a fire? Can I see smoke? Oh yes, I do see smoke. Shit, Morel. Let me see. Cut off.
This is so much fun.
Cut off. Okay, that's good. I keep my master on, I think. Magneto's off. What did I do? I've got fire, so we'll go down with an emergency descent because now it does make sense to get a airspeed going. This is a nice field, perhaps. So let's go down, 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 down. Perhaps this already extinguishes the fire. Anything else that I can do? Well, we're cut off. I don't think I need to disable my systems here, my electrical systems just yet, but let's just do avionics. I keep my masters on for my flaps. Nice speed. Perhaps we can even go down faster, because this cools down the engine, perhaps. What we could do is see... We don't have any smoke. Perhaps I already fixed the problem. Alright, can I do that? Let's just do. Mixture full in. Don't go slower than my glides. Again. Fuel pump on, perhaps. Should I try this? No, I should not do this. No fuel pump when something is done. No. Magneto's off. Batteries are off as well. Look for a field. Preferably near a road. Speed is still high. Alright. That's good. So in this case I should get to my glides. I am going to put on my batteries and give myself one notch of flaps. Doesn't work because I did turn on my alternator and not my batteries. There we go. No trees to the right. We're here. Unleash our seatbelts. Door is open.
Unleash our seatbelts. Is that what you said?
Oh no! Sorry. Fasten my seatbelts. Make sure that my seatbelts are still fastened.
Yeah, no, okay. Maybe you have an emergency parachute that I didn't know about.
Well, the Cirrus does. There's an airplane that has one.
No, flying drill, you're right. In the real world, this would be anything but fun. It would be real disaster, but it was fun giving Tim a different error than he was expecting.
Yeah, it was a nice thing. I appreciate that.
And see how he dealt with it. But it's good that it's a simulation, of course.
My nose up is kind of like a soft field landing. That would also say that I should actually use much more flaps, but anyways, there we are. Unleash the seatbelts and we get out and we use the fire extinguisher to turn off the.
Not bad.
Where's the fire?
Bad.
The fire is off.
Yeah. So would it change your course of action, knowing that it would be off?
What do you mean?
Well, at one point you said, "Hey, maybe it's off. Do I continue with the flaps?" And you started, and then you said, "Okay, no, I need to land."
Oh,
so
yeah,
knowing now that say the fire would be out, what would you do? Would you do something different?
Well,
Final
it's a little bit
exam
difficult
question?
because you know that there's something wrong with the engine, and it couldn't have healed itself magically. So still there's something wrong with the engine. And I was not in a position where I actually needed to overfly water or some other obstacle. So in this particular scenario, there was no reason for me to boot up the engine again to get to overcome a particular terrain or a particular obstacle. So I should have just left it there, just went down, not fiddle around, and land.
Let's see how you've done.
You like this? You like this role,
Yeah.
don't you? Oh, it's so nice to see you in the cockpit. What did the guy say? I have no time to look at the chat.
Some greeting and some things that you need to do, but I'm going to talk you through them right now.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing, and I think you did that, was the mixture do an idle cutoff. That's what you did, right?
Yes,
Mixture
I cut off.
idle
Yeah.
cutoff. Then fuel shut off valve.
I did.
Off, pull out.
Yeah, I did the fuel tanks. I set the fuel tanks to the left or to the right, which is not. I thought that was for the fuel tanks. There was also an off position, but I think there's none in the Skyhawk here.
Oh, that's that one.
No, it's just both. So I thought, well, let's turn it to the left, but that is actually quite silly. And then I pulled this one, which is the cutoff.
Yeah.
But this has no real meaning, so I should have just grabbed for this one
Yeah.
immediately.
Cut it off, and then also the fuel pump off. Did you do that?
No, but it was off all the time. Yeah, it's just a verification check.
Oh yeah,
Then
making
it's
sure
off.
that
Yeah,
it's off.
and
Yeah.
it was off because I was flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the alt and bat.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I thought I just need to turn off the engine, but I didn't turn off the masters right away, and I should have.
You should have turned off the masters. Again, take out cabin heat and air.
Oh, yeah, so that's this one. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is also not interactive here with the default.
Yeah, no,
okay.
but remember it. So just say it next time, and then I know that you did it.
Yeah, and it's off because it's pushed in, but yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, because as Evanek already the off position is the cutoff. Yeah, exactly, Evanek. As Evanek already told us, because there's engine or smoke coming out of the engine, if you have the cabin heat on, the heat is actually coming from the engine into the cabin. That's how you heat up the engine. And if there's smoke there, you pull all kinds of smoke into the cockpit. So that's not good.
Sorry for the cracking noise.
It's.
We need to.
Well, I need
fix
to.
this.
Yeah, but I. Try. It sounds like Phil with Modern Family with the stairs. The stair, you know, that stair that doesn't work. And anytime you say, "I need to fix this," the entire season is saying that. I feel the same thing with the headset. We need to fix this. Yes, we do.
Yeah, but it's also because I didn't fly for quite a while, so then you keep forgetting it.
That's true.
Okay, so we took off the heat and air of the system,
Yeah.
but then we opened the overhead vents.
Open the. Oh, these ones.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, obviously because the engine, is obviously over here, and there's where the smoke is, but there's a really no chance that there would be smoke coming in from the vents over here. So this is indeed a proper.
Yeah.
And you should verify that they are open.
Yeah. Or they need to be done open.
Okay.
I don't know. Need to be open.
Okay.
But they are open when you're flying already, right?
Yeah, it depends on how much air you like to get into the cabin. Usually it is in an open position, I would guess.
Yeah. It's what my flying lesson, what we did.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Then you need to make sure that you have a certain airspeed.
Yes, I did. Or
What
certain.
was it?
Well, I was just going as fast as possible.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
I was even prepared to go into the yellow arc.
Yeah, it should be 115 miles per hour or more.
Yes.
And I think that's what you said, that maybe the fire goes out by itself.
And it did. And it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But you need to perform also the emergency landing checklist.
All right.
Which is on page 28, and I'm going there now.
Okay, okay.
And that's what we didn't do.
Okay, the emergency landing checklist.
Yeah,
So it's a forced
without
landing.
engine power.
Yes.
We need to be in full upright position.
Full upright position. Well,
so
I was.
No chilling
No
during
chilling.
emergency
Hey, relax.
landing.
Yeah.
Make sure the seat belts are secure. You did that. Very good.
Yes.
Airspeed. We did need to do the flaps up.
What? What did we
Flaps
do?
up.
Flaps up.
Yeah. Flaps up. Oh, let me see. Oh, so the flaps need to be up at, and we need to fly 81 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, those are just yes.
Yeah. What?
No, I was looking at the checklist, and they say indeed all kinds of airspeed indications here, but it refers just to on what speed you can actually lower down a particular flap.
Yeah.
It's not saying you need to lower your flap, but just a reminder, like at this speed, then you can set a flap.
Yeah. And flaps 10 degree to full from 75 miles an hour. Yeah. Mixture idle cutoff.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
but I
think
didn't.
I think making sure that that's still the
yeah,
case.
exactly. It's a verification.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuel shut-off valve still off. Magneto still off. Flaps as required. When landing is ensured, the ELT and the masters off. Doors unlatch and prop open.
I did.
Touchdown slightly tail low.
I did. So
brakes apply heavily.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So then you did actually most of this.
Yeah, but again, and that's something that I should practice as well, is flying with a checklist. So now you're doing this, or as a review, which is kind of nice. But in the real world, you would grab this checklist right away and use the checklist while you're doing this.
Yeah.
And that's also a skill that I haven't really been practicing that much.
No, but this
so
is
that will,
a first way to get a hold of all the things that you need to do. Right. So
interesting.
So what I liked about this is now you kind of know what the first smoke in the engine, what you need to do, and I thought, yeah, we can practice that one. We can also do something different.
Yeah, that was really nice.
And that makes you don't expect it, and that's a little bit more realistic, because otherwise, if we're practicing what we just done,
I totally agree. Totally agree. Why is my engine? Hello.
Yeah. Oh, it's still. Sorry. My fault. My fault. Yeah, it
was
it's still on. Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Load. No, it doesn't seem like it.
Is your fuel thing working?
Oh, it's not reset. I would expect that would work still. But that's better. Whoa. Oil pressure. Don't have any oil pressure. Why doesn't it reset? Or did you already set the failure?
I didn't do anything.
Because my oil pressure is clearly not okay, but I just saved the situation, and I would imagine that all the failures
Maybe reset the plane.
Failures.
I didn't do anything.
Fix all systems, I guess. Oil pressure is...
Well, you have all kind of...
Yeah, but I don't know why that's the case. Okay. Apparently, we need to reset the entire flight in order to... Okay, change location.
Gives me some time to prepare.
Start flight, start new flights.
Going to do...
See, we are. Electronics stuff is on. Batteries.
Wow, there are 18 souls on board who are not afraid to be with you when you are practicing with all kinds of
messy things. Let me see. Yeah, this stuff is all working. Let me see. Batteries.
Oh, I can also do repair all here.
Well, don't touch anything because somehow.
Oh, too late.
It's gonna see. Up. We're not gonna drop down, I guess. Whoa! Still oh, it's not oil pressure. I was looking at oil temperature. Obviously that one is down. Never mind. Avionics are on. Well, I did read oil pressure. Oh, oil pressure is high. In the test position? Yes. Okay, if your annunciator panel is illuminated, I guess there's also a failure of that test button can just be stuck into its test position.
Yeah.
But the oil pressure is quite high, actually. Anyways. 4,500, flaps up, everything is on as if we were in cruise. Fine.
Connor's dad is saying that he appreciates the attention to detail and taking full advantage of the sim, so that's very nice.
Nice.
Which you are doing. You are really taking all the time you have to learn. So just
yeah. So
flying.
what we did was electrical fire, and we did engine fire. So now I have both of the scenarios done, right?
Yeah, those two.
Yeah. Oh, you're enjoying this. I can see. She has a grin like I've got control of your destiny. Okay. So I would suggest I'm just gonna fly.
Yeah.
And you're gonna mess up things. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will just leave the GPS as it is. It's fine. Let's go to 24. Center Ines is down. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell? I've got a left tendency going. That's not good. Is it getting worse? No, it doesn't. I don't see a flat. I would expect a flat failure.
I'm not sure if it's actually on fire or not.
On fire or not?
Yeah, you have a left wing fire.
Left wing fire?
But maybe, I don't know. There are.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
sorry,
whoa.
sorry. Let's keep it to this one.
These are G-forces that are not good.
Okay, let's just assume, because I'm not sure if it actually worked, because the button is not that clear, but this is what I intended to do, a left wing fire.
Let's see.
Okay, so let's...
We don't see any smoke.
Maybe I need a different one, let me just see. I fixed it?
A left wing fire, how can that happen?
This is also not a fire, okay.
I don't know what buttons you're pressing, but this is...
This is not... Stab? What's that?
I guess the only smoke that you can see is in the cabin.
No, when you had an engine failure, your tail was on fire. Okay,
oh,
so
that's
let's
true.
just take this one. Okay, so your left wing is on fire.
My left wing is on fire.
That can happen, you know.
I would do the same thing. I would go down. I don't want to have fire running from the fuel. So I will do the same thing. From the fuel to the engine, so cut off, mixture off. Go down as fast as possible. Then also the batteries off.
You are forgetting some very specific wing things that need to be
perhaps
off.
it's the left wing. Was it the left wing fire?
It's a left wing fire.
So I'm gonna set it only to the right. The fuel tank's to the right, I guess. So there's also no chance that the fuel or fire can run through the pipelines to the engine, I would guess.
Maybe move away from the crowded area.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a turn to the left.
Yeah.
I should also
but
turn off my
other
magnetos.
things that are very wing specific.
Wing specific? Go down, turn everything off. Wing specific.
Yeah.
Well, obviously my ailerons are connected with that wing, so it might burn off my ailerons or stuff, but there's nothing I can do to... I don't know. Right, yoke here. Again, door open I would do. Make sure my seatbelts are still secure. This is going to be a very bumpy, not going...
Oh, but it's okay.
No, this was a bad landing spot. I wasn't really taking that much care into picking one. And also I was quite fast, so I should go a lot more slow and stall onto the field. But anyways.
Okay, so let us just assume that there was an actual fire. It's a pity that the system didn't work, but okay. So you needed to do the descent, and that's what you were doing immediately. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. So wind, airflow over the wing. Yeah.
So what you needed to do is turn your landing and taxi lights off.
Oh.
and your navigational lights and your strobe
Yeah, but
lights.
no. But
all
I
the lights need to be off.
True. But I turned off the master switch immediately, and the master switch is the battery that charges.
Yeah, okay, but the battery should not be off. So it's emergency descent, and it's all the lights need to be off, and then there's something called pitted heat.
Pitot heat, yeah. That's
What's
also that's you can see here the pitot tube, and
Oh,
there's air that rushing in through that pipe, which then indicates your speed
Yeah.
and stuff. You can heat up that thing because there could be icing on it. So I guess any electricity that's going up to a burned kind of fuel wing
Yeah.
thing should be turned off. Yeah, so that's obviously here the landing lights and the taxi lights. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but so you do need the rest of the magneto.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I do need to keep. Yeah, so I immediately turned off my. Yeah, obviously. So I shut down the entire engine, but that was really not that necessary because the fire was isolated specific for that wing. So I think I could have just have run the engine but switch my fuel tanks to the right.
No.
No?
No.
Because I would expect that there could be fire. If there's fire, it could run through the fuel all the way down to my engine, and I would
So
have switched to my right tanks.
So the thing is that you need to put out all the lights but keep everything else on the way it is. And then you need to perform a slide slip to keep the flames away from the fuel tank and the cabin. And if the fire is not extinguished by that procedure, you need to land immediately and do the precautionary landing checklist.
Yeah.
And if the fire is completely extinguished by that light slip, you terminate your emergency descent and you divert to the nearest alternates.
Yeah, roger. One thing that I don't know is how is a wing fire caused?
Oh, so that's what they are saying here. Maybe
yeah, exactly.
the lights, the fuel pumps, the
Yeah, you would need a spark.
electrical-
Yeah, electrical problem. Yeah, so indeed the lights. So the landing lights.
or the flap mechanism. There could be
yeah,
a
true.
disconnect. There could be.
Yeah, that's true. Because you can't. Yeah, I never.
You could have had a bird strike through which something
Yeah,
got
yeah,
loosed
yeah.
and,
True.
Yeah. So
Yes,
your
I
wing
never
was on
considered.
fire.
I never considered.
Yeah.
But that means that if you've got a wing fire, it would usually be on the left wing because there are the lights and the electrical stuff. I know there are flaps obviously also on the right
No,
wing.
I chose the left wing. It's not like this is the left
Yeah,
wing.
but just generally, theoretically, I think the left wing. That's interesting.
Which is why I chose it, of course.
Good one. Thank you.
No problem. I like this. Well,
Interesting, guys. I think it's
practice,
interesting.
of course, right? So everyone keeps saying, yeah, it's of course not. The practice makes it fun, and to surprise you with this, and to see how well you are doing, because I think most of it you grasp. You have kind of a good intuition already on the emergencies.
Yeah.
But of course, you would never want this to happen in a real life. So what do you want to do? Do you want me to surprise you again, or do you say, well, you want to practice some specific
No,
ones?
please, no.
or
Surprising me is good. But I think we run through all the different scenarios, right? So
Yeah?
I should now be able to. So what I would
Do
really
you
like to do,
really think that?
if you like that as well, not all of them,
no,
but
but all the fire.
well, are there really significant ones?
Well,
Significantly different ones, I mean.
we have one that's only for smoke and fume elimination, and we had the engine fire during the start.
During the start.
But now you know that we have that one, so now it's not nice anymore.
No. During the start is interesting as well.
Yeah, but we can do that another time, because now you
Yeah, I'm flying.
are flying and you know that it can hit you.
Engine start. Yeah, interesting.
We need to make a list for you, that the next time that you're streaming, that I know what I can do, so that I have my iPad in the next room.
Yeah, exactly.
I can,
Exactly.
So do you want
from
to...
the kitchen, like,
Yeah.
honey, you didn't clean the dishes, and then click, and I got shit on the fan.
Who is the second speaker, please? If very nice lessons. I don't understand that.
Well, Top Gun is giving you a compliment that you're giving really kind lessons, but
Oh, thank
people
you.
that are coming into the stream have no idea who you are because you only showed your hand at the beginning of the stream. Show your face.
Hello.
Mrs. Uncertified.
And I have been on the stream quite a few times, but I think I was on a break for about
2 months, 3 months.
at least. No, we had our in the beginning of October we had our real world flight lesson. That was the last time.
That
we
was the
streamed
last
with
one.
you. So that's about a month ago.
Yeah.
Good morning, Captain Blackwood.
Captain.
Yes, and I'm indeed the Mrs. Uncertified. So, yeah.
We're so happy to see you again.
It's been a while.
And you're now in a kind of an instructor kind of mode, which I also really appreciate. So, I would suggest, instructor, that I could just keep flying, and you're gonna initiate one of the two or the three. I don't like the the left wing is fine, but it's such a rare I think.
And I'm not sure if this was simulated even correctly, because we didn't have smoke, we didn't have. I just pressed something that was not too interrupting. So
also, what I don't really understand with that left wing is that it seemed like an aileron failure. So there was fire, and I immediately noticed that there was a left tendency.
Yeah, that's why the panel doesn't say fire. It just says a left wing failure. So maybe I did something completely different. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you initiated a left wing fire.
It would be the fire, but it was just.
Okay.
So that's why wing fire is difficult to practice, because there's not one button that actually facilitates.
Yes, I know. Let me also raise the flaps here.
So what did you want to do? Do you want to keep practicing these, or do you maybe want a related?
No, actually, well, I'd like to drill and practice actually the engine out of the engine fire or the electrical fire. So either one, but I don't have it in my mind yet. Okay, so let me summarize. So the first thing that I did not do. Is I initiated a plain old normal engine out procedure. So I was going for my best glide speed and picking a field. And the main thing here is you've got a big, significant, extreme emergency on your hands. So you need to do an emergency landing. Get down as quickly as possible. That was one thing. In all of the cases, except for the left wing scenario, I should have turned off my avionics and my masters. And yeah, that's it. Okay, I kind of know. Hit me, baby, one more time. Pretending that we're just flying casually here.
That's nice, Top Gun, that you're also doing your real life as student pilot. That's cool.
Ah, we're jealous.
Yeah. By flying drill, we will not hurt ourselves. Good morning, GPB.
Hey, Greg, good to see ya.
Thanks for all the nice sceneries.
Yeah, especially Bakersfield.
One, right?
Yeah, Bakersfield. Yeah, it was really, really pretty. And it was such a nice surprise. He emailed me saying, "Tim, I've got Lima 45."
That's so cool.
That was really kind. It was really kind.
So how are we doing?
We are doing with my RPM. We have an engine fire. Yes, we do have an engine fire. Okay, so first off is cutoff. That's the first thing that I'm going to do. Go down and go down quick. So that's a cutoff. That's first. We're going down. Just gonna pick where there's the field. So somewhere around here is a nice spot. Go down, go down, go down. Plus 100 knots. We can extinguish the fire. Perhaps you already did. Let's see if I can actually restart. So let's get back. Go back to my glide speed. Can I restart? I don't think that we talked about that, whether I could restart.
It's up to you.
Otherwise, I will just go down, prepare for my emergency landing, make sure that everything is still cut off. Magneto's off, by the way. I forgot about those. And my batteries are off, but still everything is on. My panel, they are off, but apparently not virtually. And avionics as well. But if I'd like to restart the engine, let's see if I can. Because we still have no smoke, right? Yeah.
You're going too slow.
I'm not going too slow because the fire is already extinguished. So now I can pick my best glide, I would say. So then I would say cutoff in, so no cutoff. The engine is still primed, I would say. There's still engine in the pipeline, so just mixture full in. Or not. I would just do the plain old throttle a bit in. It's not working. Should I use fuel pump? That's something that I don't like. I'm not going for my best glide. It's not starting at all. I should say, well, use the fuel pump. I could try. But with an engine fire, that seems the last thing I would do to restart, because I'm pumping fuel in something that I know it's burning. So then I say, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna stick with cut off, everything off, and pick a landing site. Still keep a reasonable speed going because the fire could reignite. Again, here to the left, there's a lot of fields. Where does my annunciator panel get its power from? I turned it off, guy. Oh, no, I didn't turn it off. Damn. Yeah, because I was changing in intentions.
Just focus.
Okay, so here we are. Make sure emergency landing. So our seatbelts are still secure. Everything is off. Open the door, or at least not really open it, but just so that it doesn't get stuck when we ram into the ground. Our flaps up. Should not tinker with that at all. So it's just focusing here on the landing. You see a road there. Let's use the hill so we're... There's a car. No. Now let's first go as slow as possible. Not a lot of a turn here at slow speed with no flaps, but pointing my nose to all kinds of cars, which is not good. My stall speed again is already around here. Up, 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 up. Ah, there's the fire. Okay. Fire extinguisher out of between the seats. Full brake. Doors already open. Just for the road, we're gonna go out and fire. That's what I did.
Okay.
How did I do?
You did quite well. You did the mixture. You did the shut-off valve. You did that. The fuel pump was off. The masters, you put them off. The cabin heat and air should be off. Yeah. The overhead vent should be open. Your airspeed was good, and you need to perform the emergency landing checklist. So indeed, seats upright, seatbelt secure, but you do need to use the flaps. But that's not working, right? If the thing is
no. On what step does it tell you?
On the final one. So you didn't have to put the mixture or the.
Oh yeah. So only when you got your landing spot picked, and you know that's where I'm gonna land, then you can set your flaps, and then you turn off.
The flaps are not working now.
No, obviously, but the master switch goes off
before.
Once you have your landing.
No. It's already off from the previous checklist.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I don't know.
Yeah, so that means that if you've got an in-flight engine fire, you would always do a retracted flap landing.
Yeah. No flaps.
Okay.
Okay. So and the rest is still the same. Yeah, unlatch the doors and prop open, touchdown slightly tail low, and brakes apply heavily.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah. So actually, I think the only thing that you forgot
was
is
cabin air,
the air and the vents.
And those should be, but the cabin heat should be in.
Off.
Because off, so that's pushed in. Cabin air.
And the overhead vents.
Yeah, these should be pulled because you like to have no.
Yeah. So heat and air should be off.
Carbon.
And the vents should be open.
And the vents are over there.
Yeah.
Which also are not interactive here, but.
No, but you need to remember to to do them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I give you.
And I should not try to restart the engine.
No, that's
That's a big one.
Which is why I give you a 7.
Yeah. Out of 10. Oh, I love you.
It was a good attempt, but it was. You were also a bit too stressed. You were not focused enough. You need to be immediately Sully style, you know? Like
Sully style, yeah. Okay, interesting.
But a very nice
I'm getting
grade.
there. And always, I'm now doing this as a flow, but in the real world, you would always grab your checklist as well.
Yeah.
to get through. All
But
there is a flow.
the checklist also says you need to memorize the things that are in bold print by yourself, so that you don't need a checklist for that.
Yeah, that makes sense. And the first one in bold are just cut off.
Yeah.
And the masters off. That's the thing is you should immediately consider when you've got an engine.
And if you forget the air and the vent, that's apparently less of a problem.
Yeah.
So did you find the Easter egg?
Easter egg?
Yeah, Greg put an Easter egg in the scenery.
In the scenery? No, I didn't, Greg. An Easter egg. Ooh, I'm gonna check that very, very soon.
Yeah, he asked actually right when I set your engine on fire. So I thought let's not ask this question right now, but we need to do some searching.
Very interesting. I'm not going to do that right now, Greg, because I'm just in the middle of my exercise.
No, but we don't forget it, because that's fun.
Yeah, that's really fun. Let me see. Yeah. Mixture full in.
Oh, sorry. We're still on fire.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was still on fire. Well, that's fine. Fine. Why, when I reset, is my annunciator thing stuck? We don't know. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Okay. Oil pressure again is extreme. And why that doesn't trigger an annunciator message, I don't know. No fire. Weird.
No, it's all.
It's all disabled.
It's all disabled.
If I look at my oil pressure here, it's outside of the green, which is not good. There's nothing that I can do on my end, I think, to prevent it. So I guess messing with those failures does.
Maybe do a restart with the.
Yeah, let me see if I can do it here. Fix all systems. No, it's still there. Perhaps it's Reality XP that is not getting what we're doing here. Okay. Okay. So, avionics on. Pretended we're on a cruise at 4,000, which is a bit silly as a VFR pilot, when at least that's why the sound is different. Let's close the door as well. Yeah, a little bit hot here. Let's just open the door. Honey, just open your door to get some fresh air into the cabin.
Oh man.
This is really, really fun.
To practice.
And with the electrical fire, yes. But one thing that I don't quite know is the only thing that triggers me to know that we've got an engine fire is the loss of RPM. And it feels almost like engine icing. I just see that the RPM is dropping back. Is there any other indication other than just looking outside and seeing the smoke? But usually you're not focusing on the outside because or at least not the engine cowling there, because you're focused on your instruments. Is there anything else looking at the instrument? For example, your oil temperature. I guess that will rise as well with an engine fire.
Yeah.
And smoke, I guess, because you can smell it.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I should look that up. Okay. Yeah, I'm casually flying around Santa Ynez. It's a beautiful area. Look at that. Santa Barbara beyond those hills. Could lean a tiny bit. Hey, vacuum! Haha, vacuum is dropped. Okay, so that means you can always see the tags here. Okay, is there anything I can do to fix that, or just? I think I cannot fix a vacuum failure while flying. So I just know, you can see the attitude indicators already running away from me. And I guess we've got two pumps. This one is also disabled, so yeah. In In the real world now, I would have covered up these two instruments with a pad so they don't give me tempt me to read erroneous information. Now in this case, as a VFR pilot, we're totally fine because we've got a real horizon.
Yeah, so what would be your solution? Thanks for the follow, AP.
Hey, thank you. Welcome on board. What would be my solution? I would say, well, definitely there's something wrong with my airplane, so I would divert to my to the nearest airfield. Perhaps to it's not really. Also need to know what actually counts as a real emergency, because still I can easily fly the airplane. So I would not announce saying we've got a real emergency.
What would your solution be? What's the one thing you can do?
It's a vacuum pump failure. That's still an electronic associated with electrical system.
You're thinking way too difficult. You cannot fix it. There's nothing you can do to fix it. So the only thing you can do is
try. I would.
Yes.
I would,
that's number one on the checklist.
It's also on the checklist. Well, as I suggested,
cry for your mama.
I would put some pads on them so I don't mistake them.
Yeah, could be. That's not on the checklist, but I think it makes sense.
Wait a minute. What can I do to, but not to fix it, but
to prevent us from crashing into whatever things we don't want to crash into.
No idea.
You do know.
I do know.
What's the one instrument that can help you navigate?
What's the one? My GPS.
Yeah, no, not that one. That's too easy.
But what do you mean with navigating? Yeah, everything navigates. Speeds, altimeter. Yeah, the compass. Yeah.
So that's the only one that you need to monitor. You can just fly out.
Oh yeah, but I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah,
I knew that.
no,
yeah, no, sure.
To,
yeah, no, obviously. Yeah, no, I also monitor these ones. Yeah, now it's fixed.
Okay, good.
Interesting. Nice one.
Good.
Thank you for surprising me with that.
No problem.
Oil pressure is. Oh, right. We've got engine smoke. Shit, Morel. All the switches off.
Good. Stay focused.
Stay focused. Emergency descent. Not because of the air, but because I need to get out. Fire extinguisher. We at the base we try to extinguish the fire. If
didn't work.
Didn't work. So we still have this. All the cabin air should be turned off. No oxygen to the fire. Shit, I should also cut off, and my mixture is not off yet. Fire, I think I should do my cutoff of my engine as well. So magnesiums are off, mixture is off, cutoff is off. Going down, speed is still plus 100.
Yeah, so this, let me see, does this work to get it out? Yeah. Let's abort the practice run.
Okay.
Because what I did now was just give you smoke. There was nothing broken.
No, but there should be something broken.
No, not necessarily, because what I see now, but that's not what we practiced before, so that's why I'm stopping the exercise.
Yes.
Is that if there's just smoke.
Just smoke.
If there's just smoke, we have a different kind of checklist. Because then you have smoke and fume elimination. If the source of smoke or fumes is unknown, land as soon as possible and proceed to cabin fire checklist. Oh yeah, no, so oh, sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I couldn't imagine to say, oh, it's just smoke. Oh, wow, nice. We've got some smoke.
Sorry.
Smells good.
Yeah.
We've got some marshmallows with you. We could actually.
Yeah, so we need to treat that indeed as a.
As error.
As error. Okay.
So.
But there is a way that you do need to. Yeah, if the source is unknown, but if you know the source, maybe if it's from outside, so I would have to say, look, there's a plane on fire, smoke is coming into your cockpit, so then we know it's not us. Then there's a procedure to clear the air in the cockpit. So that's why. Yeah.
Yeah. So there could also be a scenario where there could be smoke in the cockpit, not because of us, but because we're flying over.
And that we know it, and that not shit is hitting the fan.
That's actually interesting because I've seen a YouTube video, I believe, by Stevo Knievo and the instructor a while ago. Well, they were flying across forest fires, and they were telling that they had smoke in the cockpit.
Thanks for the follow, Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce. Happy Saturday.
Yeah.
And then how would you then you would say?
So in that case, you would divert to the nearest alternate.
If it's really bad, if it's really...
Yeah, you would do the cabin air on, cabin heat on, air vents open, cabin windows
cabin heat
open.
also on? Yeah. Why did you turn on the cabin heat?
It doesn't give any more information than on. I think to make sure that it's going out. I don't know.
Guys, why should the cabin heat be on when you've got smoke fumes in the cockpit? Because it goes up. Because you got heat, you got warm.
Might be, or
so
that
it's
it
on at
compresses
the ceiling
the
of
smoke a bit more. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so you open up the windows, and if it clears, then you divert to the nearest alternate. So I don't think that you will actually resume your flight just the way you wanted to. So I think it's still the procedure that you need to land.
But this is in the case, if you don't know the source of the smoke.
No, if you know the source of the smoke.
And even if it's outside of the airplane.
Yeah, and if the smoke and fumes are cleared, you divert to the nearest alternate.
Okay.
Still,
it's a bit.
I think also to make sure that you didn't breathe in too much of the smoke. So I think it's still.
Yeah, the risk of. Yeah, that you poisoned yourself with carbon.
That. Bruce says the cabin heat on because the windows open and it will be cold. Yeah.
Oh, right,
that's
Bruce.
very smart. Yeah.
Thanks, Bruce. Right.
So and obviously. If you know the source of the smoke but you cannot clear it, you need to land immediately.
Yeah, obviously.
So you pick a spot and you go down. Yeah. But if you don't know the smoke, it's an emergency landing. So this was not a good practice for me because I was too.
I know. One question. Should I, with an electrical fire, turn off my engine?
With an electrical... Let me check the list. With an electrical fire? Should you... What was your question? Should
I turn off the engine? Because I did. And I was not really in a flow. I was a little bit...
Which one is the engine off?
Well, to make sure you got the fuel cut off, you got all the stuff.
No,
right.
No.
So I quit something very, very important, which I shouldn't have. I should go idle.
So what are the electrical things of the... that's this one. Yeah. Okay.
Avionics on. Santa Ines is over there. Okay, so I should have just gone idle, right? That's the idea.
I think you should look closely into your cockpit.
Oh damn it! Hey, my transponder is not working. Okay. And smoke. Okay, so then batteries off, avionics off, all the individual switches are off. I'll go idle, go down, fast, because we got an emergency descent going. Mixture full in. Everything I just keep as it is. Magnetos are still at both. Fire extinguisher, obviously. Try to at the base, below there, to see if we can extinguish it. And
what did you need to do before that? Before the fire extinguisher?
Cabin air.
Yes.
Cabin air. Oh yeah,
what
close,
do you do?
Close.
Okay, fire extinguisher, good. Let's say that we cannot extinguish the fire.
Then go down.
Okay, so
what you still keep everything off, right?
So what you...
No air in the cockpit, never, right?
No.
But that's weird because you're...
All switches except the magnetos are off.
Yes.
The avionics master is off.
Yeah.
Okay, then we need to land immediately.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cabin... I'm still forgetting the cabin air.
So what you do is you initiate your emergency descent. You put out the masters off, the Alton batteries. The vents are closed. No.
Yeah, I did because I can land. We can do the engine fire at the startup if you like.
Yeah, but you still need to land with smoke.
Okay, instructor.
You cannot.
Okay.
You cannot shut down the exercise.
All right, you're in charge. I totally understand and I totally agree.
So you activate the fire extinguisher, then you...
Oh shit, I don't have flaps. Yes.
Yeah, that is why you need to practice. You put the avionics off, all switches need to be off except for the magnetos. The magnetos are still on?
Yes, because we still have an engine running.
Yeah. Okay.
Really extreme forward slip here to slow down.
not on the landing.
Well, but we had an emergency descent, so I was still having a
No,
good...
you needed to land as soon as you could, not necessarily on the runway.
Okay. Okay.
I'm deducting
yeah.
points for this.
Still need to slow down. Slow down. Keeping that nose up. Slow down. Butt in the wind. Butt in the wind. Why am I not going slower, much faster? Here we go. It's stall. Nose right. Nose up. 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 And aerodynamic braking plus full brakes.
Yeah, Neil, I understand your thinking that we should open the window to dissipate the smoke, but it's actually not on the list.
Yeah, so in either...
So I don't know why, but we should not do it.
Yeah, so in either case, yeah, you just don't want to have any oxygen fueling the smoke, the fire. Never are you going to open a window.
Yeah, because this was electrical fire. Yeah. Yeah, that's also why you don't open the window.
Man, imagine that. So you're then in a cabin with smoke.
Yeah, but
yeah, you don't. Yeah, you
that's
don't.
why you do the emergency landing and not on the
but
runway.
I would expect that if I use the fire extinguisher, I extinguish the fire. I have all my electrical systems off. Then it would be a good time to open a window.
Yeah, but your fire was not extinguished.
Oh, and if it's extinguished, then you can open a window.
Then you still do the emergency. You terminated the emergency descent.
Yeah.
You divert to the nearest alternate,
okay.
and then
Makes
you
sense. Yeah, obviously.
open indeed the. But still, you only open the vents and the cabin air and heat. You don't open the window. And if the electrical power is absolutely necessary, you check your circuit breakers. Then your batteries can be back on and your avionics can be back on.
Roger.
Only if it's necessary for landing. So.
Roger.
But in this case, the fire was not extinguished.
Very interesting.
So, but we have to.
Why am I? Oh, my parking brakes. Yeah.
We have to go through with the. Yeah, what happened? Well, you did the procedure quite right. The only thing you forgot is the vents and the cabin air.
Yeah, I forgot that 2 times by now, I think.
You also were not noticing that there was an electrical failure. I had to point your attention to it.
Ooh.
In the beginning. You were said, okay, well, no, let's do our next thing, and already.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
It was out for already a minute or so.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, that's not good. Okay.
And you dissipated the smoke without being allowed to.
Before landing,
which gives you less points because of onsportief.
Onsportief gedrag. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
How do you say that in English?
I don't know.
He was not being a sports.
Yeah, exactly.
Which comes to the conclusion that you get a 6 for this try.
A 6, yeah, yeah, that's true. That's
barely
correct.
Sufficient.
That's thank you. Let me see. I do have a question though, a request actually, and that is engine fire at startup, if I may.
Yeah, it is.
Let me see. Everything is off.
Yes, Fox, I am Dutch, just like Tim is.
Top Gun unfair. All right, so.
You can hear that I'm Dutch. Oh.
Sure.
Nasty. Nasty accent.
Fire with startup. Can you?
Yeah, I don't like it if you know that it's happening.
Yeah, but still, I have no.
Yeah,
but I do like
true.
to know what the procedure is, and yeah, there's not a lot of ways that you can surprise me with a startup engine fire because I need to start up my engine.
Yeah, but well, don't say that I cannot surprise you with that.
All right.
You think that I'm sleeping, but I'm sneaking and getting the iPad.
Okay, so I'm going to start up the engine. You're going to initiate engine fire. And I'm going to just see what I would do
I
in
will
common.
Participate.
Yeah, is it good?
Yeah, no,
and then you're going to explain whether I did it right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, parker brake sets, fuel tanks, blah, blah.
Let's make that the last one that we do. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Off. Engine is still primed, so we're just gonna go with a regular start. Yeah, are you ready? Well, it doesn't really matter that much. On. Why doesn't it go on? My batteries are on. And I don't have any charge at all. Okay, so my batteries are not working. Interesting. Do you still have that failure enabled? Is it off?
Yep.
Yeah, that's better. Flaps. Okay, go up. Yeah, throttle just a bit.
What's a flame out?
I don't know what the flame out is. We should check soon. Volts, vacuum, volts. That's not a good one.
Can you go to the...
A volt reading.
Can you check your tail? Not sure. Can we go outside of the airplane?
You now have enabled the flame out?
Yeah. Maybe it's just
perhaps we don't
making sure that the flames are out. It's just that.
A flame out? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
What's a flame out, guys? Do you guys know? Flame out? Alright. Start up the engine. Nice. 1200. Whoa. Okay. Ah, engine. Yeah, engine fire. I would cut off. Everything off, fuel cut off. And open door, get my fire extinguisher and extinguish.
That's not correct.
That's not correct. Interesting. Why is that not correct?
I do need to say that actually I needed to fire it before you started your engine.
Why?
Because for one reason or another you need to start your magnetos and continue cranking to start the engine, and if the engine starts you power it to 1800 RPM for a few minutes and then you shut down and inspect. So for one...
Oh, I know what the trick is. Yeah, so... Yeah, so if I got... But the fire doesn't start on its own. It only starts when you start up the engine, right?
I don't know. No, not necessarily, because otherwise they wouldn't have made the distinction. Because they say here, if engine fails to start, then you put the throttle full in, mixture idle cutoff, shut off the fuel pump, the valve, the magnetos off, battery off. And indeed, fire extinguisher, evacuate the aircraft, extinguish the fire, and inspect and repair the fire damage.
Interesting. I think why we need to keep cranking the engine. You need to keep it in the start position. Was that what it was saying? Start, continue. Yeah, continue cranking, it said.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So the fire...
It starts.
Yeah.
Then you go full start, but you keep it in the start, and then you run up the engine RPM to 1800. So that sucks a lot of airflow into the engine, like it would when you go with an emergency descent. And so you actually try to extinguish the fire by setting a higher RPM, and airflow is coming in.
Okay.
And that for how many seconds?
A few minutes.
A few minutes.
Okay, so you have a little... You have not yet started. So where are...
What do you mean? I'm completely off.
Now do the first procedures.
I'm just gonna start my engine. No, but I don't think that you're right with that. The engine fire doesn't start without touching the engine. Usually it just starts when you're starting up, and then it says if it then during start there's fire, keep it in the start position and do all the checks. It's not that without hitting the magnetos.
No, that's true, but it says if the engine then starts, so there are still
yeah, so the engine has been off. Yeah, that's a wrong suggestion. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Batteries on. Mixture is off. Cut off in.
Oh, this is not.
Let me see. On. Yes, and we start. Go in. Got a volts meter. Yeah, engine fire. So we keep cranking. 1800.
Yep,
Whoa!
no, it's
Whoa! 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 I can't go 1800 with my brakes on. Apparently. So then I cut off everything off, all these systems off, cut off, door open, and fire extinguisher and extinguish.
Did you pull off the fuel pump and the valve? You shut off the valve?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Very good.
And I guess also with turning off the master switch, also the fuel pump goes off, I guess, because it's also charged from the batteries. So batteries off, everything off. Yeah, but the one thing that I notice here with the Simcoders is I cannot go to 1800 apparently. That's actually a bit weird because I do run 1800 with a run-up, but I was just driving through my brakes. Did you see?
Yeah, but were the brakes still on?
Yeah, I was using my manual brakes. That doesn't work, obviously. Boom. Nice. Here we are, 1800s. Yeah, it does work, and with cranking... Ah, with cranking it doesn't work.
Ah.
Okay, so that's just a Simcoders kind of thing, I guess.
Good.
Whoa. Now, that completes the training. Thank you. That was really educational. I also appreciate that you surprised me still with emergencies.
Hey, now this went on. We didn't push that one, right? So there are some switches. I didn't push this one. You didn't either.
Ah, so
there are some mysterious.
Yeah, that has to do with OBS, I think. With the new update, new key bindings are there that shouldn't be there. Okay, but something I need to check. Okay. Yeah, let's also disconnect from PilotEdge, by the way, because we're still here standing on top of a taxiway. Let me see. I'd just like to have a nice. Could you initiate an engine out here just for fun sakes?
Oh shit! Shit morale.
Shit morale. It's over there. It's a nice ending shot, I guess. Does it? I guess it doesn't show when the engine is not on, or... I don't see any smoke.
Me neither.
Oh, that's a bummer. I thought it was
wait,
nice...
Wait.
I thought it was a nice ending shot when we got fire here coming out from the engine. Engine fire?
It's not work. Don't think it's connected because I said on smoke in the cockpit, engine fire, bird strike, just to get us some kind of error. But it's not working anymore.
We got the full package right now.
But the last time we had this, it gave a message that it was no longer connected to.
No, but it is. I guess it doesn't work because...
Yeah, but then we should have an error message because last time it was disconnected. I got a message here and I didn't see the screen anymore. So
I don't know.
I don't know. Let me see one more time.
Guys, thank you for joining in today on the stream. It was very educational, at least on my end here. So practicing with engine fires and electrical fires, that was totally new. I knew how to deal with engine outs, but not how to deal with fires and stuff. So Mrs. Uncertified, thank you for guiding me through all of that stuff.
Yes, it was very fun to do and to surprise you with new kinds of errors and.
Nice. I really appreciated your presence here in the cockpit. Also, just to show your presence again to the stream. People miss you. All right, guys. Next stream, I'm going to pick up on my IFR training once more. That's going to be DME arcs and backtracking on localizers with a significant crosswind component. So making progress there. It's really interesting. And then I'm going to start with my first departure procedures. And that's going to be also this is also going to involve, at least I guess a few streams later, ATC as well. So then I'm going to be properly flying as a student IFR pilot. That's going to be really, really excited. Connor's dad, thank you for seeing you here. Thank you for dropping by. It's been such a long time. It's very good to see you. Hope you're doing fine. It was good to see you both together, and thank you. Snipe, thank you for jumping aboard. Evanek, obviously some new followers like Top Gun, AP, Bruce, XP. Thank you guys for following. That is really encouraging. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it really makes it nice, right? To have all these supportive comments. And
exactly. Now, Captain, Neil, Bruce, and GPP, obviously. Good stream.
We need to find that
Easter egg.
Hey, and Frank's here as well.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
Hi, Frank.
So, guys, thank you so much again for jumping aboard. As always, happy flights and
blue skies.
Bye.
Bye.
Palm Springs Tower, Skyline Hotel Tango, minus 10 miles north of the airport at 3000 with information X-ray and for a full stop and landing 13 left if that's available.
Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, Palm Springs Tower, Squawk 6250.
6250.
Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, Palm Springs altimeter is 2985, radar contact about 10 miles west of the Palm Springs VOR. Presently landing runway 31, you're requesting straight in for 13.
If that's available, please.
Correction, Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, make straight in runway 13 left and clear to land. Wind is 0905.
Clear to land, runway 3 left, Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, thanks.
Palm Springs clearance plus 4658 is type PC12 land call, request clearance to Vegas S file.
Palm 4658, Palm Springs clearance. Good afternoon. Unable to give you that file, I'll be forward standing. Pilots 4658 is cleared to the Las Vegas airport via Flight Cathedral 1 departure procedure to Palm Springs, Victor 370 to 29 Palms, Victor 538, Cresso, join the Cresso 3 arrival. Maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 2405 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.7, squawk 6316.
Pilots 4658 is cleared to Vegas via Cathedral 1, Palm Springs, Victor 37029, Palms, Victor 538, Cresso 3, initially climb 7,000, expected for 0 after 5, departure 167, squawk 6316 plus 465.
Pilots 4658, readback is correct. Tango India Mike, taxi to the ramp via Echo and this frequency.
Taxi to the ramp via Echo, remaining on this frequency, Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike.
Ontario Tower says the 237 Charlie Alpha approximately 4 miles to the west inbound to land.
Number 237, Charlie Alpha, roger, inner left, traffic, left downwind runway 26 left, report base.
Enter left downwind for 26 left and McCoy base 237 Charlie Alpha.
Charlie Tower United 242 on the visual for 20 right, will be turning for a right base shortly.
United 242, Jolly Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land, wind 170 at 13.
Clear to land, 20 right, United 242.
Papa Tower, Canada 228, Kilo, ILS, runway 24.
Here 5208, Kilo, Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear to land, wind 210 at 11.
The land information is here.
Number 237, Charlie Alpha, runway 26 left, clear to land.
26 left, clear to land 7 Charlie Alpha, thank you.
Palm Springs ground plus 4658 East traffic to weather going for taxi.
Pilots 4658, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 right, taxi via Echo and Bravo.
Trail right via Echo Bravo 465.
Riverside Tower, good morning, November 2903 Alpha, with you on the islands.
Number 2903 Alpha, Riverside Tower, good afternoon. Runway 90 cleared low approach, report to missed.
November 2903 Alpha, cleared low approach, runway 9. Next report is this.
Palm Springs Tower plus 4658 ready to go, trail right at Bravo.
What's the radio and area check?
Plus 4658, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, trail right plus 465.
Palomar